Like this verse. All right. All right, I see you and see R. Kelly is guilty. Conviction is not enough.
Yep, so that's what we're going to start with. That's what we're going to start with. So,
You need to get you one of those green screens that ties into the back of your chair.
ties to the back of the chair. I ain't seen that.
You haven't seen those?
No, I've only seen the big ones. I've
Yeah,
got
no.
one. I've got a green screen. I just need to put it back up, I guess.
Do you have any? What's the word I'm looking for? Does your camera have any blurring? Your graphics card does it have any blurring behind you?
I don't know what the video capture device does. Maybe.
Also, I hadn't seen you stream in a minute, so I hope you not too frustrated on the critiquing here. But looks like your picture your image is outside of the body frame in the video.
Yeah, the bobby frame is so the bobby
I can see
frame
I can
would
see your
be
mic underneath the body frame.
right because
Yeah, it shouldn't. You
why?
should make the body frame. Shouldn't the body frame shouldn't your picture
Oh,
be
so
inside the frame?
the problem with the bobby frame is it won't really stretch all the way down.
Can't you make your image smaller? Face got to be that big.
Hey man, this is my intermission. Yeah.
All right. I'm just trying to help you.
Cause see, I got a chat box up here too, so I'll be able to see like the chat box will show up.
So if I say something, I see here. Oh wait, I can't post that as my government name.
So I'm on YouTube as well. I'm streaming on YouTube too. I got both streams going.
Where's that chat popping?
Boop boop. To the left, right above Wolf's Den.
Oh, there it is.
So I'll kind of like look at things so you can see kind of what I'm doing on my main monitor, you know.
Yep.
But also just kind of looking at things to see. But it doesn't look like it's captured my main display. Why is that? So first thing we're gonna do. Has he been sitting in chat tonight? I think he gets sentenced tonight, right? Wasn't he
What
supposed to
happened?
get sentenced? Wasn't R. Kelly supposed to get sentenced today?
I don't know. I honestly have not been keeping up with it.
I thought it was soon. But here's my question about it. You ready?
Yeah.
Does he does he serve his full term?
Does anybody serve their full term?
Or you ready?
Okay.
Does he find a way to get out of it like Bill Cosby after a couple of years?
And I don't know. Right, Bill Cosby was a technicality.
It was.
The prosecutor fucked up that one.
It was.
No, I think R. Kelly. Um, I mean, I think he serves it, man.
Ooh,
Now, I could see it being house arrest because the COVID thing, depending on where he's being held. I'm assuming.
really?
Yeah.
So instead of jail time, you see house arrest?
I see. Yeah.
Dude, but he's got like, what was it, man? Got sex trafficking. Like he's found guilty for sex trafficking. Like,
I mean, put hoes on the street is sex trafficking.
man.
I'm controversial today.
See, I was thinking it's gonna be he gonna get out on some type of technicality or reduce. You know what I'm saying? But Because he faces 10 years to life, bro. 10 years to life. And you're saying he just gonna get house arrest?
Well, no, I think my concern is that he's not going to get 10 years because of or he's not going to get jail time in the beginning because of overcrowding and COVID restrictions. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
I think he will eventually find himself in jail, but maybe not in the beginning.
Not in the beginning. I could see that. I could see that. I think I could see
Um,
that one.
or if he's, you know, vaxxed, waxed, and ready to relax, like they might go ahead and throw him in there.
Oh man. Oh man. That's a good point too. I think they're going.
I don't think he's gonna do life.
What's the most you think he'll do?
How old is he?
He is.
Isn't he old? 50? Something like that.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Dude, yeah, he's 54.
So that means when he started this, he was in his 40s. And a handful of them were underage.
Underage.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But like, not pedo underage, just almost legal. Right.
Right.
Wasn't one of them like 15?
I think so. I think that may have been the youngest.
That one's going to burn him, and it should. 15-year-old, that's a bit messed up. Like 17-year-old's hard. I mean, 40-year-old man, he shouldn't have been doing that, period. But
Right.
statutory rape laws, the sex trafficking thing, that was because he was basically putting girls at his house, telling them to stay there, right?
Yes. Told them when they could leave, when they couldn't leave.
So he wasn't selling the girls. He was just, I hate to use this word, enslaving them, holding them hostage.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think his attorney is plea bargaining right now. Didn't they already try an appeal and that get turned down?
I think so.
So his defense attorney is definitely putting in a plea bargain deal, some type of monetary compensation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
At this point, he's not going to do the life.
Yeah, he was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking by a federal jury.
What's racketeering? That's a conspiracy thing, and what's racketeering again?
Racketeering is, I want to say, is like laundering money.
No, those are together.
Dishonest and fraud.
Yeah, that's what it is. He lied.
Yeah, dishonest and fraudulent business dealings.
Yeah. Yeah. Racketeering is not going to get much. That's not going to get him much. He'll need to be punished in the eyes of the public, and that's about it. I would say he doesn't do more than 20 years.
Really?
And I say he's out in 10.
Oh. It's kind of funny you say that.
Why do I say that?
No, it's kind of funny that you do say that.
Why?
Because I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And I'll say why. You're probably going to get some hate mail for this, but Forward all hate mail to the Bobby instead of the Jaden. None of his crimes were violent. It might have been a little abusive,
Right.
but they weren't violent.
Right. They're not considered violent crimes.
Right. So it'd be hard for me to put him away for life because he liked barely legal or almost legal girls. And I do remember from the testimony of the hearing, at least what I read, he was always up front with them. I don't think he ever held anyone captive. He
Nope.
just said your lifestyle of what you like, this is what it requires to stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
if you want to be on the tree, like that's a real pimp, right? I don't. I'm not condoning what R. Kelly did, but I'm also facing the facts. He didn't lie. He just wasn't up front, and that's where the racketeering thing comes from.
Right.
He hid what he was doing from like, I think even some of the parents even knew, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say one or two of the girls' parents like were okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah. See, like when you step away from it for a second and you think, man, he's a pervert. He should not have done this. Like, let me go on record and say that. But when it comes time to put that gavel down, he didn't drug anybody and rape them.
Oh. So you're saying it's not as severe as
He didn't drug anybody and rape them. Drugs might have been involved, but I guarantee you they were voluntarily taken.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now, in the government's eyes, a child that is below 18 to 25, something like that, can't make those decisions for themselves. I understand that from a legal perspective. And that's why he's in trouble. And that's why he should be in trouble. But I condemn Cosby more than I condemn R. Kelly.
Ooh. All right. Okay.
And I'm an advocate for murdering any type of pedophile. I'm an advocate for that. In this situation, it's hard, man, because I don't think he kept anybody in a cellar. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't chloroform anybody and throw them in the
the
trunk.
lotion on, it gets the hose again.
Exactly. That's not this situation. It's, hey, you're a 17-year-old girl who's dressed like a 23-year-old. I got a bunch of money. Do you want some of it? If you do, I need that. And let's be honest, if we're having this conversation, this is not the first time you've been approached to provide that for something. Let's be honest.
Oh.
Hey,
Ooh.
tell me I'm wrong. I'll stop. I'll apologize for now. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I can't say you are.
My 17-year-old daughter will not be going to an R. Kelly concert, nor will my 17-year-old daughter be anywhere where R. Kelly may come in contact with him where I'm not there.
Fair enough.
You know why Michael Jackson never fucked one of my kids? Because I never gave Michael the chance to fuck one of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where that's the thing that's stuck in my head.
I can see that.
As parents, parents were cashing the checks that R. Kelly was providing. You gonna let your kids stay with R. Kelly? You gonna let that happen for years? How come we're not talking about that? How come it's all on R. Kelly right now?
Not wrong in that sense.
The Cosby victims were drugged. They didn't have a choice. These people had a choice. In the eyes of the law, they should not have made that choice, but they did make a choice.
Whew.
R. Kelly should be punished, but not to the maximum, not even close, in my opinion.
All right. All right. I don't know about that now.
Speaking of that, I watched another episode of West Wing.
All right.
This was the one. This was the one with the Heifer International. Ended up being a goat. This is the one where Josh Lyman was trying to get the foreign aid.
Yeah, they didn't want the president taking a picture with a cow, and then it turns out to be a goat. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I do remember that episode now.
It was okay. It felt like another filler episode to me.
I can see that. You're on season 5 now, right? No, season 4? No, you're
4.
you're on season 4. Okay. You're about 10 episodes in?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm gonna say season 4, the end of season 4, and really beginning to middle of season 5 so far has been a holy shit moment.
All right. Hey, what was that Spotify checklist your playlist you were talking about? I like the adding the music to the opening. I might do that. I'm gonna steal that.
Also, so driving on 24, go get the little one, right? Here was my thought. Okay?
Okay.
When negotiating with business, because we all know what 24 traffic's like if you live in this area. And people who don't, it's bumper to bumper, takes an hour to get from a, to the next town type of deal.
I mean, it's definitely not like a larger city for sure, but
it's not San Francisco traffic, but I would say it's close to Atlanta traffic.
Yep.
Close to Atlanta traffic.
Okay.
So now offices are starting to want people to come back into the office, right? People want to start, know. We've shown the businesses that we can work from home, right? And you've said my job, let's just use $15 an hour. All right?
Okay.
My job for you when I'm at work is $15 an hour. That's what I'm worth to you at work for those 8 hours.
Okay.
Now, also, though, to get to that job, right?
Okay.
I've got to spend an hour of traffic there, an hour of traffic back. Okay?
Okay.
Which comes out to what? Let's pull up the calculator real quick. Let's do 2 times 5 times 52. Right?
Yep.
It's 520 hours a year that you have me spending in traffic. So it's 520 hours that if I was working from home, I could be enjoying, right?
Yep.
But now you're making me dedicate this to come to the job that you think I need to be sitting in an office for. job should have to pay you for your 2-hour travel. People should be negotiating that in their pay now. If I've shown you I can do my job from the house, but you're forcing me to sit in traffic to come to the office to do my job for you, I should be compensated for those hours I have to sit in traffic because I didn't have to sit in when I was doing the same job at the house making the same amount of money. Now, 520, right?
Okay.
Let's pull up the calculator again. 520 hours times 15. It's $7,800 you need to increase my pay by. So if we want to divide that down by an hour, right? You need to increase my pay by $3.75 to compensate me for my drive time now.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Why?
Because that wasn't the contract.
Right, the contract was to work for you for 8 hours, but I'm having to spend 10 for you.
You were having to do that before when you signed the contract.
No, before I was
You're
working.
driving to work isn't my problem.
Before I was working from home.
No, you
was
weren't.
not driving
when
to
we
work.
signed the contract when I hired you.
I was
When
working
we
from
signed,
home.
you're talking about you.
Yeah, let's talk about me.
When you were a temp, you were working in the office.
When
So
I
that's the
when I
job.
became full time, I was working at home.
During extenuating circumstances, but the job description
Job description don't
is
have
Monday through Friday in the office.
job description don't have that. Job
The
description
job
says Monday through.
posting,
Job description
that
says
position
Monday
does.
through Friday
That
at this time to
position
this
does.
time. Does not say
That
in office.
that position is designed to be in the office Monday through Friday. It doesn't say remote on the job description. So when you chose that position from a temporary perspective, you were operating under that. And under extreme circumstances, your contract was temporarily modified.
Okay.
If Dana comes up to me and says, "Guess what? It's required to be in the office every day, Monday through Friday," I got to start making some tough conversations, some tough decisions. And I'm not the decision will be the negotiation of me making more money so that I can pay for gas to drive to and from work. It's going to be whether or not I want to return back to the original state of my contract or not, or renegotiate my contract. But I have to understand that renegotiation has one of two options: yay or nay.
Yep.
So, like, you could ask for travel time, monetary compensation, have to keep up with your mileage and register your car as a company vehicle and all that other bullshit. You could go through all that if they were to allow you to. They could also say no. And if it were me, I would say no.
So you think it's okay that people should have to spend that time?
I think if Dana
Driving?
comes up to me and says, "Hey, David, it's come down from whatever the decision is, your team has to be in the office full time," then I may try to fight it a little bit with her. But at the end of the day, if that's the decision, that's the decision. And when I hired everybody under the pretense that they were in the office. So coming back to them and saying, we're going back to that, they're like, I don't feel comfortable. They have to make a decision then. The problem is, if it's one or two people, it's not a problem. When it's all of Blue Origin that leaves, because Jeff Bezos has to have everybody in the office, or the CEO of Blue Horizon or Blue Origin or whatever that is.
The Dick Rocket. Let's just call it that.
Dick Rocket, yeah. The keeper of the Dick Rocket. When he says everybody return to work and 30% of their engineering staff dips, that's when I think you're a little out of touch. I can't see a business saying full-time anymore. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't make sense. I can see a business having people come in just so they feel like they're getting their money's worth on some real estate that they've signed up for. But like, I could see businesses letting some leases on buildings expire over time.
Probably. I could see that.
And there's going to be some people that dip. And unfortunately, employers don't see it the other way too. You know, if we don't have borders requirements like I have to have somebody down the street from the office, I can hire somebody from Kansas.
Right.
Who might be just as qualified as the dude next door, but is in a Kansas demographics. I can pay him different. I hate to say that about Kansas, but
so her old job, right?
Yeah.
Remember they said had to be in the office at all times.
Yep.
They couldn't find nobody to take the pay that they were offering.
Uh-huh.
They had to hire somebody from the Philippines. That person ain't coming in the office. Like they
Probably
made
not.
this big. They made this big. I mean, they might be. You know, they might be flying them back and forth every day.
Yeah. Did you just assume their flight status?
Could you imagine that? We'll fly you in on Sundays and fly you back out on Friday. But you gotta be in the office. Oh shit. That would be funny.
You know, and it's honestly, man, it's her fault. She should have been an advocate for her worth long time ago. That business set itself up for failure because it didn't have a backup for her, and it was reaping the benefits of cheap labor because she what's that word I'm looking for, had a low self-image of what her value was.
Yeah.
And that is one of the drawbacks of a small company. Like, you won't have that problem at something like HCA or something like that because they have board approved pay scales for position.
Right.
So no matter where you are, if you're a cybersecurity engineer, you're going to make X. No matter if you're from Canada or New York or whatever, you're going to be within a certain pay band. Small businesses don't necessarily have to deal with that. As long as you're coming under the personnel budget, that's all that matters. So I put that on the company. Not so much her fault as it is the company she was working for was reaping the benefits for too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad they're getting burned a little bit.
Agreed. Me too.
If anything, I would be personally offended that they outsourced my role to someone in the Philippines. Not that anybody in the Philippines is good or bad or otherwise, but I personally struggle when I work with offshore talent because of the just lack of ability to communicate. Not necessarily the language barrier, but the 12-hour lag, 14 for the Philippines. So, like, it was always difficult for me back when I worked at the PBM to work with those guys because I had to, like, get on the phone at 9 o'clock at night just to catch them in the morning so we could have our staff meeting.
Yeah.
And then they had to go basically the whole day without any guidance or anybody to talk to or ask questions or anything like that.
Hey, look at the stream for me real fast. Real fast. I have fired up Overwatch, by the way.
You're entering the practice range.
Yeah,
It's really bright there.
Yeah.
Ooh, your colors are all jacked up. And it's also not great. Like, so it's frozen right now. I see you looking back and forth, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why is it not.
You can put on captions.
How's it looking?
Oh,
Call that a fair fight.
terrible.
Really?
Yeah, the color palette is all broken and it's still not moving. It's all frozen.
It's still
It's
frozen.
McCree. And
Man, why is this? Wonder if it has something to do with Windows 11, man.
or did you do it as administrator?
Yeah.
You can see your website, by the way, whatever. So be careful.
Yeah.
Don't type up P first. You don't want that to come up. P-O backspace, backspace.
So 11.
I would probably look up. Did you say you're using some kind of video capture card, or is it all coming from OBS
It's
or
all coming
Streamlabs?
from OBS.
So
Yeah,
I might
Stream-
look up OBS specifically, OBS and Windows 11, not just Windows 11, but OBS and Windows 11.
There we go. Windows. So I'm quite out of the loops. Work using OBS on a custom built PC. Try to find information about Windows 11 for support. Yada yada. Pretty late for this, but OBS is really slow when I have my preview enabled with Windows 11. Got to disable it so it doesn't feel like OBS is running at 5 frames per second. Yes, the sliders and buttons are so laggy. For me, disabling fixed the problem too. Back on, it was still fine. Alright. So let me see if turning the preview off. Huh? Yeah. Okay. How to turn the preview off. Don't want the preview. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so let's look up how to turn off preview. Yeah, hold on. Alright, so that's just regular OBS. I need Streamlabs. Alright, so I have turned off performance mode, or turned on performance mode.
Double kill.
So I'm gonna exit desktop and I'm gonna start it back up. But I gotta go. I'm gonna do something real fast,
Yeah, man.
and then we'll test it again. All right.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself. All in a
Double
day's work.
Double kill. Double kill.
Smarts, don't it? Just a matter of time.
Double kill.
It's high noon. Draw.
Triple kill.
Triple kill.
Bullseye.
Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill.
Move 'em up, get 'em out. Just a matter of time. It's high noon. Draw.
Quadruple kill.
That'll learn you.
So it doesn't look like the screen's moving again, right? Just showing practice range.
Bang.
Double kill.
All right. Sorry about that, man.
No, it's all good. I think it is to do with Windows 11, though. I don't think OBS has. Streamlabs is updated to include.
All right. The mixer is different for every screen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can mute my desktop audio and my mic audio. Oh, but and then leave my audio output, which is Spotify, and leave that going. And then all they'll hear is just all you should be able to hear is just this music coming out of the stream.
Correct.
What do you think, Stacey? This is my starting soon stream. I turned that on right before I started streaming. Now I wonder if I gotta turn my YouTube thing to Jaden Gaming or something. So I have just Jaden on there right now. I wonder if I need the 2234. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I have no idea.
We paid 40, but once we resell it, we have to pay the finder's fee of 60,000. So we'll have to pay 540 for it.
Okay, so you bought the house off an investor.
Yes.
Okay, so you paid 540 for the house, and you said you're gonna pay $80,000 into the rehab.
Yes.
Okay. What's the monthly mortgage payment?
4,000.
4,000. And how many months do you think it's gonna take from start to finish?
It's about 5.
Okay, so we have 20,000 in holding costs, and then the real estate agent.
Yes.
So you're gonna discount the commission. So commission and closing costs only on your own, probably about 40,000.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if we add up all the costs, including the carrying costs, closing costs, we have a break even of 680. And what's the AR payment?
We're going to list it for 750.
For 750.
Yeah.
Okay, when we add up all the numbers, the break even is 680, rehab is 750, which gives us a $70,000.
Rest in
So-
peace.
For me to do this, I need to be playing Spotify, right, before I start the stream.
No. You can just start. Oh, I mean, I guess technically, yeah, if you want it so as soon as it comes on.
To pay off the last house, so you can make money on the next house. Right.
There's a lot of pressure on this.
Last thing I wouldn't mind, some sort of countdown.
First thing that we have to do is clean this house out. So let's get it cleaned out. Let's get the demo started.
That would be cool.
Figure out what we need to fix. Absolutely.
Is there a widget that's like that? Add a new source.
Lightning fast right now, so we're just here today to walk down some of the designs.
And even though our house is already so beautiful, we still want to make changes to make the house our own.
Yeah, when we're done with this place, it's gonna look like a complete.
Can't be right.
Double kill.